Emma Rodriguez had been warned not to touch anything in the precursor vault. She nodded along with the rest of the archaeological team, listening to Dr. Velthorn's lecture about respecting ancient artifacts. But the fragment of broken crystal had been sitting right there, half buried in dust, and Emma's curiosity had always been stronger than her common sense. The moment her finger brushed the jagged edge, pain shot through her hand. Ow! She jerked back, watching a bead of blood well up from the cut. Except the blood wasn't red. It was purple, deep, luminescent purple that seemed to glow with its own inner light. Emma stared at her finger in shock. Around her, the excavation site had gone utterly silent. She looked up to find every member of the alien archaeological team frozen in place, their eyes locked on the purple droplet sliding down her skin. Dr. Velthorin, the distinguished Zerthosian historian who'd barely acknowledged Emma's existence for the past 3 months, dropped to his knees so fast his robes billowed. Within seconds, the entire team, 15 researchers from 6 different species, knelt with their heads bowed. Guys, Emma's voice cracked. What's happening? Forgive us, Inheritor, Dr. Velthorin whispered, his voice trembling with awe. We did not know. We could not have known. Inheritor of what? It's just blood. Weird purple blood, granted, but not just blood. The doctor slowly raised his head, and Emma saw tears streaming down his face. Precursor blood, the mark of the builders. You carry their genetic legacy. Emma's mind reeled. The precursors were the ancient civilization that had seeded technology across the galaxy millions of years ago, then vanished without a trace. Every advanced species owed their development to precursor ruins and artifacts. They were considered almost mythological. That's impossible, Emma said. I'm human, from Earth. We only joined the galactic community 20 years ago. We're nobody special. On the contrary, Dr. Velthorin stood slowly, reverently. Humanity may be the most special species in the galaxy. Do you know why precursor artifacts only partially work for us? Why we can use their technology, but never fully understand it? Emma shook her head, still clutching her bleeding finger. Because we are not worthy. We are the children who inherited a house we did not build, playing with tools we do not comprehend. He gestured to her hand. But your blood proves what we have theorized for millennia. The precursors did not vanish. They evolved, changed, and apparently, they became human. That's insane, is it? A KRYL researcher spoke up, her voice filled with wonder. Humans have always been anomalous. You appeared in the galactic community with no precursor ruins on your homeworld, yet you adapted to our technology faster than any species in history. You innovate in ways that seem to bypass normal learning curves. And you all dream of the stars, even before you could reach them. Emma looked at the purple blood on her finger, her scientific mind wrestling with impossibility. But if humans are descended from precursors, why don't we all have purple blood? Dormant genetics, Dr. Velthorin explained eagerly. Perhaps only triggered by contact with genuine precursor material. Or perhaps you are simply the first in whom the old blood has awakened. He gestured to the vault around them. This changes everything. With an inheritor, we can finally unlock the deeper mysteries. The artifacts will respond to you in ways they never could for us. As if to prove his point, the vault suddenly hummed to life. Lights flickered along walls that had been dark for eons. Holographic displays materialized in the air, showing star maps and equations that made the assembled scientists gasp. The broken crystal Emma had cut herself on began to glow, lifting from the ground to hover at eye level. Symbols appeared in the air before Emma, and somehow, impossibly, she could read them. Welcome home, daughter of the builders, the ancient text said. The galaxy awaits your hand. Emma's knees went weak. 3 months ago, she'd been a grad student from Texas, thrilled to be chosen for an alien dig site. Now the greatest minds in the galaxy were kneeling before her. An ancient technology that had baffled civilizations for millions of years was lighting up at her touch. I don't know how to be an inheritor, she whispered. Dr. Velthorin smiled. Then we shall learn together. But know this, Emma Rodriguez. Humanity's role in the galaxy was never to follow in the footsteps of other species. You were always meant to reclaim your inheritance and lead us all forward. The purple blood on her finger pulsed with light, and throughout the vault, dormant systems awakened one by one. Emma felt something shift inside her, not just understanding but memory. Ancient memory, buried deep in human DNA, waiting for this moment. The precursors hadn't vanished. They'd simply been waiting for their children to be ready to come home. Emma took a deep breath and stepped forward toward the hovering crystal. When she touched it again, this time without fear, the entire vault blazed with light. In that moment, she understood what humanity had always been. Not the youngest species in the galaxy, but the oldest finally waking up. "Okay," she said, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "Let's see what our ancestors left for us." The crystal pulsed in response, and Emma Rodriguez, archaeology grad student from Earth, began to remember what it meant to be a builder of worlds.